I'm back. Hello. So today we are going to jump into something that is a little bit humorous. We've got my therapist butt dialed me after our meeting, and I'm so glad I'm not living their life. Just a quick background on this one. It's completely made up. It never happened. Nothing like this has ever happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to somebody. Um, but it just was born of a weird thought that I had. Like, how absurd is it that we actually think people like our therapists have no trouble? I've met enough professional doctors and therapists in my life to know that they've got just as much going on, if not more, in their lives as most of their patients. And so, how fun would it be to have an unfiltered view into the world of the person you're hoping is there to help you solve your problems? That being said, it's just satire, man. Don't be offended. So, my therapist butt dialed me after our meeting, and I'm so glad I'm not living their life. Perhaps I should be charging a copay. And this is another one that's published on Medium in a comedy focused publication called The Haven. In the grand scheme of life's little surprises, few things top the absurdity of getting a butt dial from your therapist. Yes, the very person who listens to you unravel your existential dread, only to realize that they might have more issues than the DSM 5 can catalog. It was a Tuesday. My weekly session went as usual, me providing a soul bearing monologue punctuated by my therapist nodding emphatically while subtly glancing at the clock. I know your billable hours are 50 minutes long, I thought angrily. We parted ways with the usual see you next week. Little did I know the universe had a cosmic joke in store. The call came an hour later. Dr. Morgan's office displayed on my phone. I assumed there must be an issue with my insurance as I answered the call. I realized, after a few moments of silence, this was an accidental dial from the deepest recesses of my therapist's back pocket. I was confused. Was this a test? Some new therapeutic technique? The butt dial technique, Dr. Dial. I should have hung up. There's an up missing there, but curiosity got the better of me. Don't judge. I stayed on the line, and what I heard made me realize just how blissfully uncomplicated my life is. The sound quality on the line was abysmal. Through the static, I could make out snippets of a life far more chaotic than mine. Why is there cereal in the bathtub? Again! Was the first coherent sentence I caught. This was followed by a chorus of yipping dogs and what sounded suspiciously like a yodeling competition. I'd never considered yodeling as a viable coping mechanism, but hey, to each their own. I was captivated. The next half hour was a revelation, a journey through a day in the life of someone who's supposed to have their act together, but doesn't. My therapist's partner's voice chimed in, full of frustration and inexplicable fury over an empty toilet paper roll. Who keeps finishing it without replacing it? Clearly, my therapist's home operates on the same logic as an episode of Seinfeld. I could almost see them scrambling, trying to wrangle dogs, replace the toilet paper, and extract cereal from the plumbing, all at once. In contrast, my biggest concern today was deciding between oat milk and almond milk. Thrilling, I know. As I listened, I felt more and more relief, with each incident exposing the humanity of my therapist. Here I was worrying about my so called problems, while the person I pay to help solve them couldn't even solve the mystery of the perpetually empty toilet paper roll. Maybe I'm not as much of a mess as I thought. Eventually, their child entered the scene, launching into a dramatic monologue about the injustices of having to eat vegetables. But all the other kids' parents let them have ice cream for dinner. I don't care what you do, just do it in your room, my therapist shot back. Good luck dissecting my trust issues when you can't even win a debate with a 12-year-old. The call ended with a frantic, wait, where's the hamster? A question that hung in the air with the kind of existential weight usually reserved for a Samuel Beckett play, followed by, you're as emotionally unavailable as your clients. I hung up. It's comforting to know that the person I entrust with my mental health has a life that makes mine look like a well-oiled machine. Sure, I've got my anxieties and neuroses, but at least I don't have cereal in my bathtub or a runaway hamster to contend with. So here's to my therapist and all therapists in their gloriously chaotic lives. May their cereal stay in the kitchen, their toilet paper rolls stay full, and their hamsters find their way home. And may I never again underestimate the therapeutic value of a good butt dial. Please follow me. Follow me here, subscribe to this channel, and go on over to Medium and check out at Victor Yocco and see if my therapist butt dialed me after our meeting, and I'm so glad I'm not living their life, was updated so that I could correct some of the grammatical mistakes and the missing word that we caught while we were reading through. All right. Thank you, everybody. Please hit like. Please leave a comment if you have any specific articles you'd like me to read, or if you have something else that you want me to read. I'm always happy to take requests. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of the day, week, month. I will be back. I'll be back so soon that you could probably just go onto the channel and watch another video and see me starting it out with, I'm back. But I'll be back. Okay.